Hello, dear student. This is Kuldeep. You're watching Tech Supports. So today I bought for you guys for BCom first year about corporate law. The first chapter is Introduction to Company. So first we'll understand what is the company and what is the meaning of company, definition of company, and characteristic of company, future of companies. So all these things we'll understand today in these sessions. So let's start the sessions. So first, what is a company? Company like who brings man, money, and materials. That is called company. So we'll understand in details. So let's start. Meaning of company. A company refers to association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth and common stock and employees to achieve a common goals. So as you see here, like a company contribute money or money's worth and common stocks and employee to achieve your goals. Like company having some goals, they brings employees money and with some goals and they try to achieve in companies. So this is the meaning of company and definitions according to section 2 subsection 20 of the Companies Act 2013 defines that a company means a company formed and registered under this act or existing act. So, according to the company registered under the act with contract and rules and regulations, like company will be having some terms and conditions like rules regulation to be follow as per the companies based on the company regulations. So this is the definition of company. So here one author, the name is Henry. Henry defines a company is an artificial person created by law having separate legal entity with perpetual succession and common seals. So when a person's create a company, it's become like a artificial persons. So in company having perpetual succession, separate legal entity and common seals. So I would like to define about like perpetual succession and common seal, separate legal entity. So separate legal entity means the company having separate distinct from the members, like whoever will be founder of the company. If any like debt on the company or having any any investment, so if the founders and the debtors it started asking the money or they want to recover the amount from the owners, they cannot be recover the amount from the owner itself, so they have to recover the amount from company itself only. So that is the that is the separate legal entities which is distinct from the companies with perpetual successions. Perpetual succession means like if any person's death, so not available or solvency or anything happens to the founders of anyone, so the company appoint any new founders, new chairmen to take care of the companies. That is called perpetual succession. And common seals to run a company, the chairmen and founders they launch one common seals, so that is the identity of a company with seals. So with that seals and one authorized persons they sign on the document and it will be legal documents. So we'll discuss about features or characteristics of a company. So first point is artificial persons. So as I explained you already, artificial persons. A company is an artificial person created by law having legal personality. Therefore, it can enter into contract, sued and be sued, own property, appoints employee, and borrow money like any other natural persons. So, company can take the money from banks and from the investors. So it is like a person's. So company having separate legal entity names identifications. So based on the company separate identifications, company can take the loans money and they can appoint the employees. So this is the artificial persons. Second point is separate legal entity. A company has a legal entity distinct from its member. So it's been like it is like different from members. Company and a member there is no relevance. The property of the company is sued only for the benefit of company, not for its member. So here one more things, the property of a company can be used for company benefits only, not for the member of for personal things. The creditor can be recover their money only from the property of the company. Company is not liable for the debts of individual members. So for if any individual person having the debts or anything, so company is not responsible, not liable to recover the amount of individual persons. So this is the separate legal entities. Next is perpetual successions. So a company has a continuous existence. It means company never die. The persons will come and go, but the company will remain same. So this is the perpetual successions. Men may come and go, but company remains same forever. This is the perpetual successions. Common seals. The company being an artificial person cannot sign on its own. So as an artificial person's company cannot sign by itself. Hence there is a need of for a common seals, and when affixed on the important documents it should be witnessed by signature of two director and countersigned by a secretary. It is kept under custody of directors. So here they have defined like a company being an artificial person cannot sign by on its. Hence they are need for a common seals, and when affixed on the important documents it should be witnessed by two signatures. So whenever they are launching any common seals, it should be witnessed with signature of two directors and countersigned by a secretary. So it is kept under the custody of directors. So as I told you, the company for company debt, creditor cannot seize the company personal things. So it is limited liabilities. Large memberships. The company is owned by large members of company, maximum of 200 in case of private company, unlimited in case of public company. So there are many types of company: private company, public company, one member company, partnership company. So for private company, there is minimum two-person required and maximum 200 persons required to run the companies. And here voluntary associations. A company is a voluntary association of many persons. No person are forced to become a member or move out from members. So this is very good. The company not forced to anyone to become member of a company, and they cannot move from a company. No one can forced to move from membership. So this is one of benefit. Next is separation of ownership and management. So here when company comes in existence, the shareholders or who is the owner, they appoint a director secretary to manage the daily affairs of a company. So this is not chairman has to involve in everyday matters and take care of small things. So they appoint one management directors and secretary. They take care all everything. Next, transferability of shares. Except in case of private limited company, the share of public limited company are freely transferable in the open market as per the provision of AOA. So, as per the article of association, the share is freely transferable in public limited. In case of private limited company, the share is not freely transferable. In public company only, share are transferable or freely. Next, incorporation of registrations. A firm is said to be company only when it gets registered under Companies Act 1956 or 2013. It comes into existence from the date of mention in corporation certificates. So company comes in existence when it get registered as per Act 1956 and 2030. One share, one vote. As per the principle of company cooperative society, one man, one vote, irrespective of member of shares held by its member, is not applicable to joint stocks. It has own principles of one share, one vote. It is a person who hold 10 share, he has 10 vote in company. So like the persons who were holding the share in the company, they have rights to vote. If they have 10 share, they can vote for 10 persons. So this is the benefit of a company.